I'm a third generation diamantaire. My grandfather was a diamantaire 100 years ago. My father continues to work at the age of 70, and I started working here 25 years ago.
Nirav Modi was once a name synonymous with luxury and elegance in the world of diamonds. As the founder of an international jewelry empire, he catered to elite clients, showcasing his creations at prestigious fashion shows and selling them in high-end boutiques.
From Hollywood to Bollywood, it was a star-studded evening. Famous names from film and fashion gathered on Manhattan's Madison Avenue for the highly anticipated launch of the coveted international luxury jewelry brand Nirav Modi.
However, beneath the glittering facade of success lay one of India's biggest financial scams, a carefully orchestrated fraud that siphoned off billions of dollars from Punjab National Bank, PNB.
After being on the run for the past 17 months, hopping across 3 continents,
Nirav Modi is a fugitive. He's a fugitive who ran away with the money from Indian public banks.
This is an event. Nirav Modi is an event.
This is the story of how Nirav Modi built an empire on deception, evaded justice, and left a trail of shattered dreams. Chapter 1. A Jewel in the Making. Nirav Modi's journey began in Belgium, where he was born into a family of diamond traders. His early exposure to the diamond industry inspired him to pursue a career in luxury jewelry design. By the early 2000s, Nirav Modi had moved to India, where he established his brand, quickly gaining recognition for his innovative designs and craftsmanship. Modi's ascent was meteoric. He opened flagship stores in major cities, including New York, London, and Hong Kong. Celebrities adorned his designs at red carpet events, and his name became synonymous with opulence.
The brand is created for a woman who wants to look spectacular every day. What is special about our jewelry is there's minimal metal, so you can only see the diamond.
Behind the glamour, however, Modi was building his empire not on talent and strategy alone, but on fraudulent financial practices. His connection to Punjab National Bank proved to be the foundation of his scam. Modi exploited loopholes in the banking system to obtain letters of undertaking, LOUs, which allowed him to secure massive loans from overseas banks. These loans, meant for his business, were rarely used for their intended purpose and instead financed his lavish lifestyle. What made Modi's rise so captivating was his ability to blend charisma with business acumen. He positioned himself as a global luxury brand ambassador, gaining the trust of bankers, investors, and clients alike. Yet, beneath the polished image lay a web of deceit waiting to unravel. Modi's expansion plans seemed boundless, but the financial strain on his empire was evident to insiders. Despite mounting debts, he continued to project an image of prosperity, masking the growing cracks in his foundation. His confidence blinded those around him to the impending catastrophe. Nirav Modi's designs weren't just jewelry. They were a statement of exclusivity and luxury. Each piece reflected a blend of traditional Indian craftsmanship and modern elegance. However, beneath this success story, Modi was orchestrating a massive fraud. His dependence on fraudulent LOUs wasn't merely opportunistic, it was the backbone of his financial strategy. Each luxurious launch and store opening came at the expense of borrowed money, ultimately crippling one of India's most trusted banks. Chapter 2. Cracks beneath the glitter. By 2017, the financial strain on Nirav Modi's empire became increasingly difficult to ignore. Insiders began noticing discrepancies in financial transactions, and PNB started questioning the legitimacy of the LOUs issued on Modi's behalf. What began as whispers of financial mismanagement soon escalated into full-blown suspicion. The scam's mechanics were surprisingly simple. Modi, along with his uncle Mehul Choksi, used fake LOUs to secure loans without proper collateral. PNB officials colluded in the scheme, bypassing standard protocols to approve these transactions. Over the years, these fraudulent loans amounted to nearly $2 billion, making it one of India's largest banking scams. Despite the growing doubts, Modi continued to live extravagantly. He He purchased luxury properties worldwide, expanded his retail footprint, and invested heavily in marketing his brand. Employees and clients remained unaware of the looming crisis, blinded by the aura of success that Modi meticulously curated. By early 2018, the scam began unraveling. A whistleblower within PNB exposed the irregularities, prompting an internal investigation. As the truth came to light, it became clear that Modi's empire was built on lies, and the fallout was inevitable. News of the scam sent shockwaves across India.
And it is huge amount of money. After all, this is public money.
The public was outraged, not only at Modi, but also at the banking system that allowed such fraud to occur. The government and investigative agencies scrambled to contain the damage, but the magnitude of the scam left them playing catch-up. The employees within Modi's empire, though privy to his growing success, were unaware of the fraudulent practices funding it. For them, the luxurious offices and grand global events symbolized stability. However, behind the scenes, Modi and Choksi's fraudulent activities were slowly unraveling, leaving the entire organization vulnerable to collapse. The scam's exposure highlighted glaring loopholes within India's banking system. The ease with which Modi bypassed regulations and manipulated officials revealed a lack of stringent oversight. This wasn't just a failure of PNB, but a wake-up call for the entire financial sector to reform its practices. Chapter 3. The Great Escape. In January 2018, as investigations intensified, Nirav Modi fled India, leaving behind a trail of unpaid debts and shattered trust. His departure sparked nationwide outrage, with demands for accountability from both Modi and the banking officials involved. Modi's escape was meticulously planned. He moved between countries, using his wealth and connections to evade authorities. Despite Interpol notices and extradition requests, he continued to live in luxury, often spotted in high-end neighborhoods in London. His ability to avoid capture became a symbol of the loopholes in international law enforcement. As investigations deepened, more revelations emerged. Modi had not only defrauded PNB, but also manipulated international suppliers and investors. His fraudulent practices left a global trail of financial destruction, tarnishing India's reputation in the global banking and diamond industries. The Indian government faced immense pressure to bring Modi to justice. Assets linked to Modi and his associates were seized, including luxury properties, bank accounts, and expensive artwork. Despite these measures, recovering the full extent of the stolen funds proved to be a daunting challenge. The public's anger was not just directed at Modi, but also at the systemic failures that allowed such a massive scam to go undetected for years. Calls for banking reforms grew louder, and PNB faced significant scrutiny for its lack of oversight and internal controls. Modi's escape wasn't just an act of desperation. It was a calculated move to avoid facing justice. His ability to relocate across borders highlighted the privilege of wealth, enabling him to temporarily evade the consequences of his actions. His luxurious hideouts became symbols of the disconnect between justice and power. The international media coverage of Modi's life post-scam painted a stark contrast. While victims of his fraud struggled, he enjoyed the comforts of his wealth. This disparity fueled public outrage, pressuring global authorities to work together to bring him to justice. Modi's escape highlighted the urgent need for stricter extradition agreements between nations. Chapter 4. The Reckoning.
We believe you're still trading in diamonds under the name Is that right?
No comment.
In 2019, after years of evasion, Nirav Modi was arrested in London.
Fugitive diamond merchant Nirav Modi has been arrested in the United Kingdom.
His arrest marked a significant victory for Indian authorities, but the legal battle for his extradition dragged on. Modi's defense team argued against extradition, citing concerns about prison conditions in India and claiming he was a victim of political persecution. Despite his attempts to delay proceedings, the UK court eventually ruled in favor of his extradition. Modi's fall from grace was complete. Once a billionaire jeweler, he now faced the prospect of spending his life behind bars. The extradition process highlighted the complexities of international law, but also demonstrated that justice, though delayed, could still be served. While Modi remains behind bars, the impact of his scam lingers in India's financial landscape. The reforms introduced in the wake of the scandal are a step toward rebuilding trust, but the scars left by his actions will take years to heal. The glitter of his diamonds will forever be overshadowed by the darkness of his deceit. However, the legal battle for his extradition proved to be long and arduous, with Modi's defense team exploiting every possible loophole. Meanwhile, India's investigative agencies worked tirelessly to recover stolen assets and rebuild trust in the banking system. Modi's downfall served as a catalyst for significant reforms in India's financial sector. Tighter regulations on loan issuance, increased transparency, and enhanced accountability became priorities to prevent similar scams. While the legal fight against Modi continues, his story remains a stark reminder of the destructive power of unchecked ambition and greed. Nirav Modi's downfall is a stark reminder of the consequences of unchecked greed and fraud. Once a global jeweler, he now faces life behind bars. His scam shook India's financial system, leaving lasting scars. Justice may be slow, but his story ensures the lessons of accountability won't be forgotten.